Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
Hello.
What's up?
Everybody. Yes, we are here at the Box Office Breakdown Show. I'm your host, Sara Stretton, and I'm joined with GT.
Hey.
What was that? You were like were you like a rocket
That was an
engine?
Explosion.
The liquid explosion.
That was Tom.
So this week I think is gonna be a little more fun. Last week we were definitely coming off some anger issues. It was a little tense episode, and people said so. But and there was some video problems on YouTube, so a lot of people weren't able to watch the show last week. But hopefully it's working this week, and we're back with iTunes. And yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna go straight into some numbers. We never do that.
Wait,
we
no,
don't
wait.
have.
No, I got an interesting story.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I've been working all week, so I was on a video shoot. It was actually pretty cool. But yeah, yesterday I took the dog I'm watching to the groomer, and he
tiny chihuahua that has like no hair.
Yeah, he's like a 50.
Okay.
Well, he needed to get his nails done. They were too.
Oh,
they were too sharp.
Yeah, they're pretty scratchy.
So the guy's like, he works out of his house. He's like a 60-year-old gay dude. So he has this like sander that he's sanding the nails with, and he has a dog up here, and he has like this sweater on. It's woolly and things. So the dog's they're almost done, and the dog's nails got caught in his nipple ring.
Shut up.
Yeah,
He had a nipple ring?
he had a nipple ring.
What is he doing with his shirt off?
No,
it
went
just probably
through.
went
It just went through.
Oh no.
And he ripped it off, and the nipple ring ripped off.
Oh no, it didn't.
Yeah, it did.
Oh my gosh, that's.
And it was like blood coming through the sweater.
Oh no.
And I go, look, he's like, I'm not going to charge you for this. I'm like, yeah, because that's weird.
Well,
So,
listen.
First of all, why does anybody have a nipple
That's what
ring?
I'm saying. If you have a nipple piercing in the first place, and you deserve it, whatever that might happen.
All piercing should go away unless you're a rock star after the age of 30.
Are you talking for males?
I'm talking for anybody, except ears. Obviously, ears are different.
I disagree, but
What, like a 40-year-old chick with a belly button ring?
doesn't bother me.
Why? What do you think? If I took up a
that
girl's
doesn't-
shirt and she had nipple rings and a belly ring, I wouldn't be too happy about it.
I don't know. I mean, I never thought of the age factor, but
Yeah.
overall, I really don't care.
I really don't care.
I mean, if she's
that
hot,
sounds
good. If she
horrible,
don't-
them being ripped out of your skin, but like I'm not.
Did you?
I don't care about
You don't
people's-
look like a person who gets piercings, though.
I have piercings.
You've had.
Like,
I have piercings.
I don't
On
mind.
your body other than your ears?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
But you're young still. You'll get rid of them.
But
at
I
30.
mean, girls like when they have like a little stud on their nose. Sometimes I don't mind that.
The stud's not bad.
But when it's like the ring, then I have a little.
I don't like
it
the
doesn't
thing
look
that
as
the
good.
ring under here, like the girls have been
it's
wearing.
open. Yeah, it looks like a little bowl.
I don't know what it's called.
Only
but,
like Indian girls should do that because that's like their,
Tongue
their
rings?
religion. No. It's not. I don't even like tongue rings.
Yeah, they're
You
overrated.
can't kiss
I
them.
have a problem
It's
with
not good for other
piercings.
activities either. I don't know what the fascination is with it. It's not good.
So now there's rules about body piercings. You can only get them in between. I think you can only get piercings between the age of 18.
Well, you can get them as a kid if your parents take you.
No, you
Yeah,
could-
but I think on your own. I
don't know.
Is it the same as tattoos?
I used to pierce people, but with
what?
just needles and stuff, clean needles.
Like just a normal needle,
I
not like
pierced a girl's nipples once.
with a needle.
Yeah, with a little needle.
Couldn't do
Are you
it.
serious?
I'm dead serious.
Couldn't do it.
I've done it before.
Why?
Yeah, we were hanging around.
No, now they
I
have
love
the
the
things
gr-
where
I
it's
love
like
the
it's
female
like,
nipple too much to do
for your
anything to it.
ears, they do the guns where
Yeah.
it's like it's like a
Oh, yeah,
gun
it's like-
and it pushes through.
Yep.
But like for other piercings, sometimes it's like a hollow needle. It's not just a hole. It like catches the skin
So you
as
have
it
other
goes through.
piercings.
Yes. We've
Wow.
already established that.
hot.
Do you dig when people put just the big holes in their ears like that?
Gauges?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, those are the
Gauges?
worst. Get rid of those people. Come
Also,
on.
when they take them out, they're all saggy.
Yeah, it
a-
looks like Droopy.
Yeah.
What's that cartoon Droopy Dog?
I watched this X-rated movie the one time, and this lady was all like she had like 30 piercings on her, like, and I was like, "What
On her
is
tongue?
that?" No, on her.
No, did
Well,
you?
you-
Even
yeah.
I got that one.
Yeah.
That would not be
your
on
tongue.
there.
It's
But you can
unbelievable.
get paralyzed They pierce the wrong place in your tongue.
Oh,
It can paralyze your face.
Yeah, it's not good.
There's risks.
I love food too much. I would never take the risk.
I heard a new thing about tattoos. I guess there's a new thing. Yes, example.
What about my tattoo?
Not your tattoo. First of all, I found out that tattoos aren't vegan.
They're not vegan.
Supposedly, I guess because there's a new vegan ink.
Oh, get the hell out of
give
here.
me a break.
Oh my god.
Supposedly. Second of all,
Chinese people are not allowed to have tattoos.
There's a thing.
Or piercings.
That's why the Yakuza always have them, because they're outlaws.
Yeah. Real hardcore Chinese people.
Well,
that's
not my story. My story is that now sometimes people will sprinkle ashes, like of people that have been cremated, into the tattoo ink, and like get in memoriam tattoos with like in the pigment. There's also some of the ashes.
That's not too bad.
That's someone told me at least.
Yeah, but that's not. I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do it.
I haven't. I would have an urn.
It makes some logical sense.
There is also
people smoke people.
You can
too.
also and you can also get. I guess you can get cremated, and they're trying to come up with some new process where they can create like gems using some of the ashes.
Okay.
So you can
like diamonds?
I don't think they can create a diamond, but they can probably create like a gemstone.
I've always said that if I were dying and got cremated, I want my urn.
You want to be a giant diamond?
I want my urn to be put in like AMC theater, because I'm worried that maybe when I die, my soul can only go near where my, ashes are.
So you just want to be in the movie
if you're
theater.
in a casket in the ground, you're stuck in the ground with a few feet. Let's say I'm like. Or wherever the urn goes, I can only go a certain distance from where it is.
You're picking
if I'm in a movie theater,
and where you're picking is a movie theater.
That's because I can just watch new movies every week. Boom, boom,
What if the movie theater gets knocked down?
Someone's got to be in charge of making sure my urn gets passed along to the right place.
Why don't you just have
the
someone
ghost
who
of
takes
JT.
around your urn and like puts you in different places?
It'd be the ghost of JT.
That's asking too much.
No, I would. I want to be cremated, obviously, as well, because I don't think. But I want to wait after 40 days because I want to see if I could rise just like Jesus did.
40 days.
Give him the old 40-day
I think you're missing 3 days.
You're missing one thing.
No, it was 40 days.
No, he like spent 40 days like in the desert or something.
Oh, that's when he went out.
He rose after the grave for 40 days.
Was it in April?
Are you saying after like he was around for another 40 days?
No, after he got crucified and they buried him, then he rose.
He rose 3 days later.
No, it was 40 days. What do you think they call that?
Engineer, do we have help? I'm pretty sure it's 3 days.
No, it's 40 days.
Oh my gosh.
It's Lent, 40 days of Lent or whatever.
No, that's different.
Yeah,
that's about when someone went to the desert or something and had nothing and they survived in the desert. I don't know. This is why
I think she's right.
He drank a 40 ounce and he's like, I'm just going to rise up to 40 days.
3 days.
What?
But when Jesus was buried in tomb for 3 days, that loses. I don't know.
You obviously needed to see Risen.
He risen. He rose after 40 days.
We gotta take this guy to see Risen.
Something's a 40. Maybe I have 40s on my mind.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Lent, but I'm pretty sure that has to deal with when someone was in the desert.
Just remember the movie 40 Days and 40 Nights with Josh Hart in it.
It's a good movie.
Obviously, they're not making enough
We're gonna segue
religious
right into
and faith-based movies.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Just in case you want to know, it says somewhere, I'm finding some weird graph thing.
You might want to try the Bible.
On day 1, it was
Read
the
the whole
crucifixion, and day 2 was the Sabbath, and then day 3, he rose.
3 days. You can't keep Jesus down 40 days.
Well, I'm going to wait 40. Because I believe that I can't. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a little time.
All right,
I can't rise in 3 days. That's crazy.
On that note,
Jesus.
I let people mourn me a little bit.
Well, Risen has been in theaters. You can get all this information if you just go see that movie.
Yeah,
I'm sure
true.
it'll be clarified. Although I have been told that the point of view that is in Risen isn't from the Bible.
It's from one of the guys that buried him. Like one of the
Yeah, but I
generals.
guess supposedly that story isn't in the Bible.
Oh, really?
Like
So it's
this
kind of like their own little thing?
officer or
Interesting.
soldier or something.
Okay.
That's what someone who's extremely
Gotcha.
religious
Okay.
told me, so I'm
Interesting.
inclined to believe them. But Risen didn't make the top 5 this week. It came in at number 6, bringing in $3.8 million, so it dropped 43%. Not dropping as much as Gods of Egypt, but Gods of Egypt stayed in the top 5. It's down to $5 million even, but it dropped 64.6% in its second week. This film had a budget supposedly of about $140 million. Wow. We're looking at a total domestic gross of about 23.
It's gonna do like 30 probably.
If it's lucky.
If it's lucky.
Painful. Now we've got a bunch of newcomers in this week's top 5. The first one we're going to mention is Whiskey Tango Foxtrot,
Or
Tina Fey's movie.
WTF.
Or what the oof. What the?
7.6 million opening.
Not too bad.
No, that's terrible. They wanted at least double digits on that.
Yeah,
Did they
that's
Yeah.
With who they
Tina Fey. But
Deadpool beat it in its 4th week.
Deadpool. I mean, I don't know why they were thinking that. Tina Fey can't pull in.
I'm
no,
telling
it's
you,
Tina Fey in Afghanistan.
You put her with Steve Carell. You put her with
I felt like they were trying
somebody
to say
else.
it was funny. They really, at the end of their marketing push, were pushing that comedic
Comedy,
angle.
yeah.
But I think it was already ingrained in people's minds as like kind of the
But the
Sandra
movie's
Bullock
not-
movie that already happened
Yeah,
5
which only
months
did
ago.
like $20 million.
Yeah.
The movie itself, I mean, Tina Fey in Afghanistan is no good. I think they knew the movie has a lot of it. It's a drama, and they try to make
They
it funny.
pushed the comedy angle.
But, yeah, but
It
they
has
pushed the comedy angle
61%
because-
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, I heard it's not bad.
Mixed reviews.
But you can't do these political thrillers unless you have George Clooney in it.
yeah.
Like she needs a bigger male star.
She's still to play off
I
of.
don't think you can say that.
Doesn't have to be a male star. Like
Yeah.
that movie Sisters did well, but again, she was teamed up with Amy Poehler.
That's what people want to see.
People recognize those two guys.
I mean, she had
They
Margot
hosted-
Robbie in this. It was just something
Margot
that
Robbie.
wasn't
I applaud
working.
her. I applaud her for
Yeah.
trying to flex her or expand her acting chops. But this is just it's not going to work.
Okay,
This
so-
should have been a TV movie.
Deadpool, 16 million,
Going strong.
dropping 47%. It's in its 4th week. So domestic, it has $311 million.
Mucho
This
dinero.
Just has
still making
started
money
off
here.
2016 strong. The comic book adaptations are swinging.
It's the first blockbuster of the
Swinging.
year.
It's a good amount of cash.
It's a great amount of
Thing's
cash.
going to probably do 400 million domestic almost.
We will
Maybe
see.
not that much.
So London
370.
is Fallen is also new. It's coming in at the
There you go.
2nd spot, right around where we were predicting at 21.7. So really close to where like other genres around this or other movies of this genre have hit.
Movies like this
On
need to
par.
start with a 2 now. If and if you can get a 2 out of a movie like this, if it's not superhero animated, you consider it a win.
Especially when its reviews aren't that high, so it really
Right.
needed a strong
Yeah.
opening.
I mean, Gerard Butler's in the top 5 in 2 movies.
In 2 movies. Yeah,
It's so
but
weird
2
how-
different
Two
stories.
movies that people both don't like,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah.
still there.
I saw London Has Fallen, and I do think it was a step down in not only quality from the first film, but just now I'm not talking about just quality and how good it was, but like it almost feels like it has a smaller budget. I don't know if that's just Anton Fuqua who knew how to stretch his budget or make it look like
Yeah.
the first one, the White House sequence when he gets attacked, man.
It's nuts.
It's pretty badass balls to the wall.
Right.
When London Fallen, it's just a bunch of really bad CGI
What's
explosions.
it like that's because
And-
London doesn't really yeah.
Wow.
But like I said, he needed this, and the studio needed it. It needed
Yeah.
to hit a 2. It's probably get a multiple. We'll probably do like 50.
we just
I
might not be
don't-
talking about it that
Yeah,
long.
I don't know
No.
if there'll be a third film, and honestly,
What's gonna fall next? Middle Earth, or whatever they call it.
I mean, China
The Middle Kingdom.
If it was China has fallen has to be.
China has fallen. It'll never fall.
It's true.
China
met-
has risen.
I met 2.
China has risen.
I met 2 really hardcore, like fresh off the plane China girls
Oh,
the other
really?
day.
Okay.
And
Where?
At the Umbrella Company over on Melrose.
Okay.
And it's a bar, and I was talking about the smog problem over there, and they were shying away from it. I think they're under like I don't think they could say anything bad about like themselves or anything. They're like, no, that's not true. I'm like, no, it's true. I saw it.
No,
on the news."
it's true.
Yeah, and she's like, no smog. And I'm like, all right, maybe they don't.
I
Maybe they
don't believe you.
Maybe they don't call it smog over there.
Maybe
they
she
call
thought
it
you were
something
talking about the last Lord of the Rings movie.
Or maybe they're
Maybe.
not supposed to talk about
Maybe.
it.
Smog.
We'll see.
else. No, they can't talk about it.
Yeah.
If they can't even talk about Ho Chi Minh, and he's been dead for a long time. So
What a great name.
I'm
yeah, that's a great name.
Yeah,
not as
You
You
upset.
should change your name.
All
to
right,
Ho Chi Minh?
the winner of the weekend does go
Boom.
to Zootopia.
Wow.
I mean,
love
no
this
surprise
movie.
here, but it did make 73 million.
Yeah,
It
that's big.
is I believe, what was it? It's the largest Disney animation opening 3-day weekend.
Knock Kung Fu Panda right out of the box.
Yeah, it did. Later.
And it's been
Zootopia.
getting really,
Zootopia.
and it's the
Zootopia.
reviews have held up.
The reviews have been
says-
great. It was
JT
100% for a while.
Yeah.
Then it went 90%. I saw it on Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. I thought it was great. You know what? It was one of the better animated films I've seen. I think it's better than any animated film I saw last year. What was a really good animated film last year?
Inside Out.
was
Oh,
good.
shit. Inside Out.
Did you
was
say that
really
too
good.
soon?
No, it is, but here's the deal. Like, Pixar is Pixar, right?
Yes.
Disney hasn't quite reached that level yet. but they're getting close to it. I'm not talking money-wise. I'm talking quality-wise, because, like, Frozen was a huge hit. WreckIt Ralph before that. There might be another one I'm forgetting.
You're not going to give it to, like, Beauty and the Beast? Like,
no, but I'm talking, like, CGI. When they're trying to copy what Pixar is doing. And the last 3 films, I know Frozen. I think WreckIt Ralph was definitely one. I can't remember. I might be missing one.
What, Disney animated?
Yeah. I know.
Winnie the Pooh was the last one they did.
They didn't.
Everything else is Pixar. This is just Disney. It's not Disney Pixar.
Yeah, this is just Disney.
Yeah.
But John Lasseter, who did all the Toy Stories, was executive producer on this film, and you could feel his touch all over it. But listen, this is the deal. The movie's hilarious, visually stunning. I was smiling from beginning to end, and it had a really good story and a great message. It literally it checked every box that I want.
So easy to recommend.
Easy
to everyone. Is there anyone who like you think is too young for?
No, I don't think it's not. I'm literally everyone could go see this movie and have a good time. I don't care if you're really old or really young, or if you're a teenager, whatever. It has something for everybody. There's a great Godfather reference. There's a great reference to Breaking Bad in the movie.
Well, like one of the slots, like dealing meth.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Like you'd be shocked. And I just overall love the movie. I think if there's a better animated film this year, we're having a really good year for animation.
We have Finding Dory.
Finding Dory. I like Nemo. I just don't know if I want a whole movie about Ellen DeGeneres'
I'm not sure about that either.
But this could be the best film of the year as far as animated. Who knows?
All right. Just speaking of,
it's a lot of money, $70 million.
Yeah, 73.
According to Wikipedia's list of Walt Disney Animation Studios films, what we should be comparing this work to is Big Hero 6.
That's right. That's the one I was forgetting.
Frozen.
Yep.
WreckIt Ralph.
Yep.
And then we go to Winnie the Pooh from 2011.
Yeah, that was the one.
Before that, Tangled. Before that, Princess and the Frog.
Yeah. So Tangled was the beginning. I think WreckIt Ralph. I think Big Hero 6 was a big hit, but not
interesting
as much
though because
critically.
Exactly.
Well, it was
a couple
hit.
of these were really big hits, but not so much. Like
Frozen.
Big Hero 6 did well. Frozen was a phenomenon, but it was definitely a kid phenomenon.
True.
Yeah.
Like you had people who were obsessed with the songs who were older than kids, but from the material of looking at the film and the message of the film, I think that was much more of a kid plot driven
$1 billion.
movie.
This is definitely more in the vein of WreckIt Ralph, because WreckIt Ralph brought you into a world where there's a world of video games, right? This is a world of animals. So it very much feels like it's a lot of world building for the first 30-20 minutes of the movie, and then there's like a story that kind of comes in. For me, really what it is, the characters are so good. Whoever plays the lead character, who plays it's a rabbit, something hops. Anyway, just the characters, you really care for the characters.
That's what you're supposed to do. That's the perfect thing.
Yeah, like WreckIt Ralph, like John C. Reilly just did a good job doing that. I don't know. I loved it. I think it's probably going to be the best.
And then what we have next to expect from Walt Disney Animation. So what they have kind of up and coming is Moana, which is the Hawaiian one. They're having a Hawaiian story happening.
Like Hawaiian.
They already did that. They did Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, and they did Pocahontas as well.
You know how they always kind of preface what they're doing with their short films? So they did the volcano. They sang together.
Is that Pixar or Disney though?
Oh, I don't know if it was in the beginning of what, but that's what always kind of for me clues me into where they're
Inside
kind of
Out had the volcano one.
That's correct.
Maybe.
Yeah, when I saw Zootopia, there was no short film.
Walt Disney Animation on that list from Wikipedia, Moana is under their release from, and that's
What's wrong?
I'll watch.
I don't know if this
Hawaii.
is correct, but it might be. We might have to do some research. It's saying release date November 23rd.
For what?
Moana.
Yeah,
that could be right. I mean, when's Nemo's this summer?
And then Gigantic in 2018. Which is, I think, a Jack and the Beanstalk movie.
Yes, I heard about that one also.
That'll work.
So we'll see what numbers those pull.
I mean, all I can say is Zootopia's great. Zootopia. Coming soon.
Zootopia opened in 4 theaters in Burbank and did $7,500.
Not bad.
Not bad, yeah.
Burbank Gigolo.
Yeah, Burbank Gigolo. He was selling Burbank Gigolo shirts there and urns for when people die. Signed
what
urns.
a wonderful show we've had so far. We've talked about death and Disney. Moving on to the international box office numbers.
Yes.
Before we get into what my notes say, I do want to throw out, because we've talked about it before, that The Mermaid is still making things. It has crossed 500 million. So note of that. But what we have here, Zootopia, animated comedy about a rabbit that wants to be a cop is shaping up not only to be a domestic hit, but a global hit.
Huge.
Yes, it has racked up 63.4 million internationally, which included a 24 million debut in China.
Of course.
And a 7.9 million launch in Russia. Russia has been big with the animation. If you remember, Big Hero 6 opened there first, yada yada. But these are the biggest Disney animation or supposedly Pixar openings in both countries. Yep, Zootopia has been screening in certain foreign territories for 4 weeks now. Its worldwide haul stands at 232.5 million, and there are only a few markets left to open. So we were one of the last ones.
Big money. It's going to make 300 plus maybe in the U.S. Or no, close to 300 at least. 73 opening weekend. Is there any other kids' movies coming out?
4 times.
I mean, Batman v Superman is going to do its business. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, man. Forget about it.
I mean, nothing's really touching Zootopia for a while.
Yes.
So, and I'm telling you, critics, everyone in that theater was loving it.
This will be in the top 5 for the next 6 weeks.
Oh, I'm honest, 24 in China. That's pretty damn good.
Although we've talked about Zootopia, we normally start with our first one. This actually didn't top the foreign box office. The honor of the number 1 spot went to Hong Kong martial arts sequel, IP Man 3.
Yes, Donnie Yen.
And Mike Tyson's
Mike Tyson.
It has racked up 75 million from 3 territories. Obviously, the bulk of that is coming from China.
Fact, China loves Mike Tyson.
Absolutely.
Everyone
He's
loves
huge
Mike
over
Tyson.
there. No, you don't understand. He's like Michael Jackson over there.
He's like
He
Michael
goes
Jackson
over there,
big.
it's insane how much they love him. They respect somebody that could fight, and he was one of the best ever.
Well,
And, it's insane.
they sold. They're still playing Mike Tyson's Punch Out over there in
Oh,
China.
for sure.
It's like a new game over there. They love it.
And
Because then Piston Honda's in it, and he's Asian, so they they always lose to Piston Honda. 'Cause they want to. They have to.
And
it's a rule.
It's also one of the reasons why the Hangover films did so good globally was because Mike Tyson was in it and did great
He has
business
a
in China.
jaw.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get him
Alright.
in the studio next week.
Oh, sure.
Deadpool captured 3rd place for the foreign box office with $21.2 million. The comic book movie is close to beating The Matrix Reloaded, actually, which has 742.1 for global haul. It should surpass it as the highest grossing R-rated movie on a worldwide basis.
On a planet.
So far, Deadpool's total stands at 673.2 million.
It's a dubious
It's been 4
distinction.
weeks.
And that's just that's just foreign. That's insane.
Yeah.
We're surprised. I guess I'm not so surprised that Deadpool did so well in America. I am surprised how well it's doing outside of America.
I'm surprised at both. I mean, I
Well, he's
expected
a
well,
samurai.
but this is phenomenal. This is beyond well. Like,
yeah, it's just.
I'm surprised. Last year, I think the biggest surprise for me was Jurassic World.
But
Yeah, that surprised everybody.
here's the
That's
thing.
tons of
Yeah,
cash.
like Jurassic World did huge, and so did Fast 7. But those movies are literally made with hundreds of millions of dollars. Huge budget films that have set pieces that are just cost millions and millions of dollars. Deadpool is something on a smaller budget. It hit some sort of nerve, and I'm not quite sure what it was.
The world was ready.
I guess so, man. I mean,
Timing.
It's all
he's
timing.
not even a
Everything is
popular.
timing.
Like he's not like a mainstream.
And
Popular
I think that
character.
helped. I think
so?
the
It was
lack
fresh
of
to them?
expectation, the curiosity.
True.
I think that really helped. All right. Action flop, Gods of Egypt, took 4th place with 15.7 million. So now it has 72.4.
Oh, wow.
It cost 140 million to produce.
Might get to 100.
And added note of tens of millions more to market, making profitability a
There's no
long.
way.
Like I said,
No
they
way.
got a 40% tax break in Australia, so Lions can't. They'll probably lose. They're not going to lose $100 million.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean, it's
gonna
not,
lose some
it's not
money.
going to be Point Break bad.
Are they gonna like? Is it weird to be Gerard Butler to have? I mean, it's gotta take a little. You have a movie bomb hugely with Gods of
Hugely.
Egypt, and then you have London, which isn't a huge hit, but for its budget, it's a hit.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel kind of like good or bad?
He's probably just
I think he's kind of like,
doing shots of whiskey. And,
I got my checks.
I got
I'm
my
having
checks.
fun.
Well, he needed London Has Fallen to
Yeah,
do
he
well
really
because if
did.
he would have had Gods of Egypt obviously tanked, so his like whatever you want
Rap.
to call that fantasy whatever business is over with. And if he would have flopped this, then his action business is done. Then he would have gone back to doing romantic comedies.
Oof.
You know,
Don't do that.
Yeah. P.S. I Love You, he's okay, but it wasn't his movie.
Well, we haven't mentioned, I don't know how much longer we'll be mentioning this movie, but The Revenant rounded out the top five of the foreign film market, bringing in $12.5 million.
Yeah, I mean, I think about, look at Spotlight. We, failed to talk about that on the top. I mean, it went up like 165.
Of course, Best Picture always gets that
plus
boost right after.
I mean, yeah, and it did 1.8
It went up
again this week.
148.9%.
I think they added like 900 theaters or something like that.
Supposedly, according to Box Office Mojo, 542 theaters were added.
That's a decent amount, especially for a movie that's on DVD already.
And when you're talking about their theater count comes out to 1,227, that is a very big portion.
Yeah, well, won Best Picture.
Yeah.
People are like, now we got to see this thing.
But still only coming in 13th spot.
And
still,
followers.
Spotlight now has a total of $41 million.
Yeah.
I saw my friend's Oscar.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
She showed it to you?
She had a little party at her house.
Did test it out? Suppose it weighs 8 pounds.
I wasn't able to touch it.
Oh.
It was in plexiglass already.
Really? Already? Damn, she's quick with that.
Yeah, she knew she was going to
I'd walk around that thing
I
for
wonder
like
if they
a week.
give it to you. I wonder if they give you the plexiglass.
Oh, that's a good question.
We had to sign something where you couldn't take pictures of it. And if a picture went up in social media, you'd get in trouble.
Why?
I don't know.
I literally think if I had one, I would put it next to my alarm clock.
I want
so I just see
what do you
everyone.
think the reason behind that is?
I think maybe she should make money off it or something. I don't
Why?
know.
Everyone's seen them.
Yeah, but
they
not
have
in
a
her
whole
house.
show about it.
Not in her house.
Oh, so you think it's more a picture about her house?
Maybe a little bit of both.
Okay.
Because somebody could steal the Oscar. She lives in a very nondescript place.
Okay.
Like, it's easy to break in, but I'm not going to tell you where it's at.
Good to know.
I think the fact that you put that out there is probably a step too far. But now let's get into a little bit of a game. I know we have a theme. Let's see some songs and get into it. Or not.
Hit me, John.
Well, break
Break out the Rosetta Stone, because it's time for the international title game.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución, no los queremos.
So in charades today, JTE got a tiny Oscar and put it in his Santa knapsack and went away.
This was me at Target on Tuesday yelling at the person who worked there saying, I want a steelbook copy of Creed, and I'm not leaving this damn store until I find it. And then there it was on the shelf, and I said, oh, there you go.
JT's got a lot of luck going to
a
these
beautiful-
places. Didn't you find like a $700 gift card somewhere?
It wasn't that much.
No.
It was Thanksgiving, but yeah, it was like $100.
No, did you know that in Target they have like an app so you can look up things and it will tell you which
in the store?
location it is? No,
Oh.
it won't tell you if it's in the store. It will tell you what aisle it is
Oh,
in.
that, yeah.
And that's why all their aisles, at least this is the one near us, where all the aisles have letters on the top of the row.
Okay.
Like where it says like,
Yeah, yeah,
and it'll be
yeah.
like element whatever.
Oh, man.
And it's
People
so
are just
on the
getting lazy.
app,
Yeah,
you can
it's
be like, where's
just
why is
detergent?
that?
And it will be like, because it's like a 2-floor thing.
Yeah, but anybody could find anything. I enjoy walking around
I enjoy the
place.
hunt of looking for something.
Yeah.
No, because then I buy too much.
Because then you stumble upon other things.
And then I
It's-
buy too much. If I'm like, I have to go
a
to
thrill.
aisle A24.
You know what they should have, and this is a pretty good
You can get
idea.
in and out
I gotta
quick.
see what, you could maybe go in right away, and then they have pictures of where the people in the aisles are. Like, say, like if you're there, and you'll be like, oh yeah, I'm going into aisle A24, and I'm gonna look on the thing and be like, boom, that's where I'm going.
So like matchmaker of Target.
Yeah, like a hot chick finder in Target. Like, where is she? Oh, she's
Speed
in the
dating in Target.
she's in the mop section. That's where I'm going.
I gotta
Alright.
say though, the Creed Blu-ray is pretty unbelievable. I mean, it's a little late on the features, more than I would like, but it has 20 minutes of deleted scenes.
Yeah, yeah.
With some scenes with Stallone just killed it.
I gotta get that.
Just some more stuff with Adonis backdrop, a little thing retrospect of the Rocky series. Watching it again is just a damn travesty. Stallone lost that thing. I'm sorry.
Still
Go
haunts
buy
me.
it. Go buy it, everybody.
All right.
How's
well,
those bruises doing that you got?
I tried a little bit of your remedy, but
Yeah.
it smells. There's a remedy that I got for bruises because I went snowboarding and someone ran into me, and
She was hurt bad.
someone took me out.
Yeah.
Just whoosh. Anyway.
Yes, it was bad.
But
What'd you tell her to put on her bruise?
You told me apple cider vinegar
Yeah, mixed
and
with lemon. Yeah.
And like I've heard that apple cider vinegar
Okay.
is kind of the cure for everything.
It is.
So I was
It's a
inclined to
cure-all.
believe like everyone suggests it, but apple cider vinegar and lemon is very strong smelling.
It's hot. It's a hot smell. I use apple cider
Okay.
vinegar as deodorant. And you know I smell wonderful.
You smell like a flower.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into your titles, please.
I told you I bought the stuff from that guy.
I know.
All right,
Chicks love that
let's
stuff.
get into this.
I turned my buddy onto it. He
This is
doesn't.
not this.
He couldn't get any girls. Now
I
he
said
put that
let's go
stuff
into
on. Now he
titles.
gets all girls.
JTE said let's go
Okay,
into
that's good.
titles.
I usually
Okay.
smell like a Big Mac.
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so foreign movie title game. You know what we do here.
Yeah.
They're all from China. It's going to be faith-based.
Faith-based.
Yeah.
Chinese titles.
Based on the young Messiah who's coming out. I was called the young Messiah
I have
for a
a
little
kind
bit.
of stupid question. Are faith-based films big in China?
Yeah, they're big. They
Okay.
love Jesus over there.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
it's kind of like Star Wars to them.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the same beliefs,
Yeah.
depending on what parts you're
Well, they worship that guy.
Okay. I don't know.
They worship-
I was just
they worship
curious.
Jackie Chan
They
over
go
there.
see faith-based movies kind of like how we go watch like Hercules.
Right.
It's like a myth almost.
Well, they're very influenced. There was
it's not all China though. There's a huge.
Okay,
Christian-
There was
we're
a lot of-
generalizing.
well, there
We're
was a-
generalizing.
generalizing.
Yeah, but there was a lot of Chinese opium dealers in, Nazareth and Jerusalem and around that time. Like Jesus used to go to opium dens and stuff like that.
Okay.
So-
I don't think that's true.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
continue.
true. Yeah. Okay.
Move on.
Yeah. Well, this is in honor of the young Messiah, which is coming out.
Yes.
Which I was called for a little while. The nuns used to call me that, but then I did something bad and got kicked out. And,
Okay.
and
That was my
then I became the
We
Antichrist.
digress.
That was
Again,
also
I think
my,
we're on count
okay,
number
sorry.
4 in this
Sorry.
one
That
period
was
of
my
time.
nickname during my basketball high school team.
The
Five.
Antichrist?
Oh no, Young Messiah.
6.
Okay.
So I was just trading threes.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Okay, so the first one is The Last Temptation of Christ.
One of my favorite Scorsese movies.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
With David Bowie, Harvey Keitel, amazing. Willem
Absolutely.
Dafoe.
Christ's giant final trap.
Trap. Okay.
Christ giant final trap.
Christ
Wow.
Final.
I feel like that should just be an acronym.
It does make
Okay.
sense with the movie though.
Okay.
Yeah, he got
You
crucified.
got- yeah. No, not that. There's more to it.
The
Okay.
Young Messiah, which is coming out. Mm-hmm. And somehow Jesus has a British accent, which is, they keep whitewashing Jesus.
It's horrible.
Juvenile Jesus. Juvenile Jesus.
It sounds like a rap song.
This is a little known B movie. There's a poster for it with Jesus with a Kiss shirt on with a bat over his, like Bo Jackson. Jesus hates zombies.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's the best.
Weird though, because a lot of people call him a zombie. For a little
Jesus will kill you.
bit. Ah,
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. Jesus hates zombies, obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
Had to be. I was
Okay.
waiting
I-
for it.
Yeah. Jesus, 10,000.
Was Jesus in all of them?
Yeah, because they
You
like
don't know
Jesus
Young
over
Messiah.
there. Yeah. Well, it was juvenile
All right,
Jesus.
go through them all
Okay.
over one more time.
The Last Temptation of Christ, the Scorsese epic. Christ's giant final trap.
Okay.
Okay. The Young Messiah, juvenile Jesus. Jesus hates zombies. The classic from, I think they made it in Wisconsin or something. Jesus will kill you. And Jesus Christ superstar, Jesus, 10,000.
Okay, I think
I got one.
the first one
I think-
is false.
I think it's-
because the only one that doesn't say
No,
Jesus.
I think it's juvenile Jesus. I don't think juvenile means the same thing over there it does here.
Yeah, they got a lot of juvenile delinquents over there.
Oh well, I'm sticking with my pick.
You're going with Last
Well,
Temptation?
just because I think that, like, as we've seen with this game, I could be wrong, and I could be just like trying to interpret too much. But we see like repeated words like peach and
Devil. Yeah.
and all these things that like
That one didn't have
they're like
Jesus.
kind of like the standard word.
Black.
And so I'm kind of like, why would they choose to say Christ over Jesus?
What's that?
Because
John-
it's the
Jonathan.
temptation of the Christ.
So that's engineer. What are you thinking?
And the other ones have Jesus in the
Out of the
title.
list,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking at Jesus Christ Superstar because it says Jesus 10,000. And what the fuck does 10,000 mean? Is that like how many followers he has?
I didn't even think about that.
I think he's 10,000 times
Yeah,
more
maybe.
powerful.
Yeah, he's 10,000 times
10
more
more
of a
powerful
magician
than
than anybody
you.
else.
Is that after he dies and comes back?
All right, is one of us right?
After 40
Is
days.
one of us right?
Is one of us right?
Yes, one of you are
Wow.
right.
Eliminate
We're doing pretty
one of
good at
us.
all of
Yes.
being right.
Eliminate one of us.
You know, for
He's
a
gonna say
while-
me.
For a while, this person was
He's
doing
gonna
really
say
well and
me.
like just crushing, but JT is wrong again.
No,
Oh.
damn it.
Yep, it's
I
juvenile
hit it.
Jesus.
When was he doing well?
I won the last couple, I think.
No, you did like you were winning like stuff in like 2014.
Yeah.
And next person eliminated is a girl, and that would be you.
Oh, Jonathan got it?
Jonathan got it.
Wow.
Jesus 10,000.
Yeah.
That's how many Facebook followers he has.
Yeah.
I thought my logic was sound.
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Juvenile Jesus. That
Well,
sounds like an
Lang,
awesome name.
thank
Well, it's
you.
like Jesus 300 or whatever. So
So you just changed the
now
number.
it's just Jesus 10,000.
Because
Gotcha.
that's a better number.
I'd watch Jesus 10,000.
So getting into on this theme of faith-based
Yes.
movies, this list is from Box Office Mojo. It is Christian films. We're going to go over the top 5
do it.
grossing Christian films.
excited.
According to this list, it is from, I believe, 1980. It's called, the subtitle is Movies Produced by Christians That Promote or Embody Their Religions from 1980 through present.
Oh, okay.
Also, when looking at this list, there's so many from 2014. But we
yeah,
are
because
going...
they're pushing the agenda right now,
That was
big
like,
time.
we're in 2016. But
Yeah.
it definitely had a peak in 2014. So we're going to start with, there's a couple we're going to lump together because we lump things together
Yep.
that are in franchises.
We're a big lump together, guys and girls. We lump a lot of things
So we're
together.
starting with God's Not Dead, one of the 2014 movies. Its lifetime gross came in at $60 million. This, like, that's pretty good. It opened in like 780 theaters and opened with 9 million.
The P&A for these things, the Christian groups get together and it comes from the top. Like the Pope is like spreads the word to the congregation in the archdiocese or the archdiocese, whatever you want to call it, and he tells all the pastors and all the hierarchy people to tell their people to go see this.
I can't completely deny because I do think that religious affiliated things are also like the master of email chains. Like if ever I get sucked into an email chain, it normally is rooted in some sort of religious thing.
The Christians
And so
are
it's
behind
like
the Nigerian
word
emails.
of mouth spreads like quicker than Twitter because they have all of it. They like are utilizing these
They
things.
run the
Very
country.
interesting.
It's a multi-$100 billion business.
Oh,
Christianity.
you talk about this also like just religions
It's
in
big
general. You can have a
business.
big.
It's big
I vaguely
business.
Talk
remember.
about Scientology.
Yeah, and I
in
vaguely
Hollywood.
remember God's Not Dead. It's based on most of these are based on like true events that happen to people and stuff. I can't remember this one very well. Though.
I think
I
it
did
was
not
like-
see
wasn't
God's
it?
Not Dead.
I think I forget who it was.
Let me look.
But
God's
God
not
can't even die, so
dead.
the title makes no.
no, Jesus hates zombies. That should have made $60 million.
God's Not Dead.
Greg Kinnear in it?
Plot summary.
He might be. Greg Kinnear might be in it.
Plot summary
No, he
is.
was in Boys from Heaven.
Hold on.
It's a documentary.
When atheist philosophy professor Kevin Sorbo plans to forego
Hercules.
dusty
He's the
arguments
best. I
in
love
his
that guy.
class, he insists students declare that God is dead. Unable to do this, Josh, Shane Harper, is challenged to defend his faith and prove to the class that God is not dead. With everything on the line, Josh's faith is unwavering and life-changing to those around him.
No wonder this movie made that much money.
Yeah.
Kevin Sorbo Hercules is in it. It must have made $100 million in China.
Yeah,
Well,
200.
that's what I think it is. Unless there's another movie called God's
Kevin
Not.
Sorbo, man,
Kevin
the best.
Sorbo, you're
He
just
is.
gonna say that.
He's got great hair.
what a great casting choice for God's
Yeah,
Not
I'd
Dead.
cast him right now for anything.
All
We're gonna
right.
get him in
He
the
played
studio
the
next
son
week.
of a god, isn't he?
Also, this one we've heard a lot about.
Before?
War Room
Oh yeah,
comes in
It was that little
next from TriStar. Also, the next movie on the list is also from TriStar.
TriStar's a big Christian group.
Yeah, so War Room brought in 67, almost 68 million.
That's a lot of
in
money for like,
2015.
yeah, and the budget was like $400,000 or something like that. It's like Kenneth,
Saves.
whatever his name is, directed it.
But so these movies, they had a
Yeah,
they're really
it's
good
crazy.
push, and they come. We just had one. Risen
Yeah,
is still in theaters.
Jennifer-
We're gonna get another one.
Jennifer Garner.
Jennifer
just-
Garner's
yeah.
Jennifer Garner's doing a bunch of publicity
Yeah.
over the one where
What's
the
it
kid.
called?
Oh,
Heaven.
no, it's the one where the kid fell from the tree.
Yeah, and he gets better.
And gets
because he has like a
cured.
disease.
Oh yeah,
from
he falls
falling
on
from-
his head.
I think it's a girl.
Well, I knew somebody with cross eyes. Somebody hit him in the head, and his eyes were fixed. Yeah,
What a
So
miracle!
Yeah, it's a
heaven
miracle.
that
is
should
for
be another movie.
Yeah. it's
so
a miracle.
heaven is for real.
All right,
Comes
that's
on the
one?
next one.
Yes, that's the one where the
Also
kid
from
died.
2014.
That's Greg Kinnear.
Yes.
Yeah, that's great. That's where the kid dies and comes back, and he's like, "I got some shit to tell you."
There's a lot
Yeah.
of books about that as well.
well,
It was a book.
yeah,
it
but I
was a
think
book
there's
first.
multiple.
But
Yeah.
he came
Like
out,
where
and
it's
now
like-
he's lying. They proved it was a lie.
Do they?
What?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah.
So I mean, imagine your kid, dies, comes back, and is like,
There's
"I
all
was
these
hanging out with
things.
Grandpa. Like all these people were there. Is there anybody else like?"
Well, he probably took it off Pet Sematary when the little kid comes back like a demon.
Yeah.
But I know that there's
the
been
kid's
other
not a
ones. I
demon.
Yeah,
believe
Fred
there was a
Winberry
book
him.
about someone who had like a high level, like intelligence educated job. It was something like a neurologist
Yeah, that's me.
or. Yeah, it was you.
Yeah.
It was like, but it was a neurologist or it was a brain surgeon or a rocket science or something, and he also like died for I think like 3 minutes and came back saying that he saw things and wrote a book about
Yeah,
it.
but that's just a dream. Like people are dreaming.
I'm not.
That's why I don't know about cremation yet, because I don't know if your soul dies yet. I mean, I don't know.
You're
That's
debating
why
that
I
one?
want my urn to be past
The
the
thing
movie
is,
theaters.
though, if there is a heaven and
But
you
that
go
you'd
there,
still be cremated.
if there's a heaven and you go there, right? And I firmly look. I'm not saying anything. People who donate organs are great, and
Yeah,
donate
of course.
everything is great. And people get cremated, whatever. But I think I want to be buried, just because. Like, if there is a heaven, you go up there. You don't want to be like a vegetable without a brain. Like, you go in there and be like, "Hey, I gave you a brain. You gave it to somebody else."
You can be buried into a tree pod,
That's right.
Yeah.
And grow into
and
a tree.
you can grow into a tree.
Like Groot.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Groot, exactly.
I'm
You
just
can be
saying.
Groot.
I kind of want to have all my organs just in case. I go up there.
What about
Well,
your
maybe-
kidneys? You have 2.
I can get rid of one. Maybe I'll give half my organs.
That's the minimum to get into heaven.
I want to have
You gotta lose
functioning ability just in case there is a heaven.
Yeah.
I don't want to go. What if there's chicks there and I have no brain? What am I supposed to do?
You're gonna have to think on that one.
I mean,
look into your heart.
I'll give one kidney. I'll
All
give
right.
one
The other
lung.
thing I was supposed to say about this movie, my kid came back and he's like, I just sitting around talking to Grandpa.
Yeah.
He's like, what are you doing? Tell me who shot JFK.
Mm-hmm.
You know, did OJ do it? I'm sure he did. I want to know for sure. Are there aliens?
Mm-hmm.
Do some, don't be
Do
greedy.
some
Come
research.
back with
Speaking
some
of half the
OJ,
time.
that people versus OJ is great.
Yeah,
but the
people love
guy.
the show.
What about the guy who gave away after he died his organ? He gave away his penis to some other guy.
Never heard of that in my life.
Now, what if he goes to
Don't know
heaven
that
and,
story.
he's like a good-looking guy and then he has no apparatus to do
No
things?
idea.
do
Never
work
heard
up
of that
there?
story. Don't know if it's true.
Franken penis.
Okay, next on
Yeah.
this list of highest-grossing Christian films, these ones get clumped together because it does go to the Narnia films. There's a bunch of them. Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian, Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Each
proud to
of
say I
these
saw
has
none of
made
those.
over $100 million,
Those are not good
with the
movies.
top one making almost $300 million.
Yeah.
The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe brought in
Yeah, the first one.
$291 million in 2005.
Wow, it's such a famous book.
Yeah.
I saw the movies. I think I saw the first 2. I didn't see a third one. And they were fine. I mean,
Do you think of them as religious films?
not really. They're kind of,
Okay.
I
I
see
wouldn't
them more
think.
as like fantasy films. The problem is the kids weren't very good. It was cool when you got there because you had like talking mouses and lions. It was like Zootopia, but with
Zootopia.
with humans. Maybe the series just took the humans out and made a Zootopia type live
I mean,
action.
I was a huge fan of these books. I also read like all the Golden Compass
Yeah.
books
Oh,
and all
yeah.
those things.
Still read
And
those.
like the Golden Compass is much more, I guess, vocal about its religious
That movie you got buried quick.
implications. Oh yeah, the movie's awful. But I felt like kind of Chronicles of Narnia has kind of camouflaged. It's religious.
more-
It doesn't come out and be like, this is a
underlying a little
religious
bit.
movie.
Yeah.
It's there if you look it up, and it came out in like the press.
Doesn't the lion like
But-
get resurrected or something?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
on like
And
a
he-
sacrificial table.
And Liam Neeson is like
whole
the
thing.
lion. Good
Oh, I
casting.
didn't know that. So number 1 on this list does go to the Passion
Boom.
of the
Yes,
Christ.
Mel Gibson.
The
Brought
Gibson.
in $370 million. It opened to $83 million.
Unbelievable. It was a phenomenon when it came out.
He financed basically the whole thing,
Yep.
and he was able to buy like Malibu compounds up there. Like this guy.
Yeah.
I watched Lethal Weapon today when I woke up because I was very tired.
I watched it just a week ago.
It's fantastic.
It's so fucking good.
He's another thing. He has a great crazy face.
The best.
The thing is, if you can't make a crazy face
Unless you're crazy.
unless you're really crazy. Like people try to make fake crazy
Yeah.
faces, and I'm like, this guy's not crazy. Mel Gibson is crazy. Like his crazy face when you watch Lethal Weapon, when he's like slapping his face and then like jumping
right-
off the bridge and like veins are popping out and he's fighting with Gary Busey. He's like, and he pops his shoulder out in two and things like that.
There's a point where he just goes into tongues. Just like,
I don't know what you guys
He's-
saying anymore.
he speaks devil
speaks
tongues.
double time.
I don't
He's
know.
in the devil tongue.
Okay.
He's the best.
Sure.
He's jacked right now, and nobody wants to screw around with him. He's
All right.
jacked.
I want him to come back to Hollywood because Mel Gibson is one of my favorite people growing up.
He's done great
He's
stuff.
done some
He
horrible
was-
things have been revealed about him, but
He's done some great
just-
things in film.
Yeah,
I guess
and that's
we
what
should
we're trying to
say.
say.
But he
Like-
was right. He should have never been pulled over because he's the king of Malibu.
I don't want to talk about
And then
this.
he had to do
so
his
I'm going
thing.
to move on and talk about how the Passion of the Christ came to us from Newmarket, which I believe got bought by someone because.
Okay.
But it is, I don't remember specifically, but it is there. It was Newmarket's highest grossing film. Coming in next was Monster, which brought in $34 million.
What movie?
Monster?
The one with Charlize Theron?
Yeah, they did Monster, they did
I love
Memento,
that
they did
movie.
Whale Rider, they did random things also, but
You know who does a great
That's
monster face? You know,
Mel
when-
Gibson.
No, Josh McCouga.
Does he really?
He does like Charlize Theron's face perfectly. So next time, just tweet at Josh McCouga, be like, "Hey, please take a picture of you doing the Charlize Theron
Doing your
monster
monster
face,"
face.
and he's gonna send it, and it looks exactly like Charlize Theron.
Awesome.
Well, that is our top grossing list. Let's get into some upcoming films. I don't know if we're going to be able to do any colors because currently our TV monitor is not working in here. So
We're short on time.
No, we got to do a call.
I don't know if we can. And we're
Yeah,
short on
sure
time.
we
So
can.
let's get into some upcoming films. We have number 10,
Here we go.
Cloverfield Lane is coming out. Brought to us.
Yes, Abrams.
JJ is back
Yeah,
in the
and
box
Mary
office.
Elizabeth Winstead's in it. She's really hot. She's a.
Oh, I heard a giant
Is that an
clank.
earthquake?
I think we got some.
Was there an earthquake?
Here he is.
Oh,
There he
no,
is.
we just have some visitors. But we can keep going talking about Cloverfield, bring our 10 Cloverfield, that is.
Yeah,
That's
this
coming
is,
out.
What's interesting about this movie is there's not a
It's a
lot
prequel,
of.
right?
No, we don't know. That's the thing. One is we don't
We
know
don't
what it's
know
about.
much.
Two is we just heard about this movie for the first time during a month ago.
Yeah, it was under wraps.
But at least they pushed it out really fast and,
Yeah.
and strong.
But a lot of times
it's been
studios-
very present.
Studios like to have that 6-month window of just like plugging it. They're
Right.
literally just
He was
we're just
busy.
coming out in a month and a
JJ
half.
was busy,
He was
he
busy
had
Star
Star
Wars
Wars
again.
going
Busy
on.
Stars.
He didn't want to deal with more press.
I understand.
Now he's going back in the game. But 10 Cloverfield Lane, I'm not a huge thriller person. I will say that this one looks very interesting.
Did Max Landis
I
write
felt
this?
No.
no.
He wrote something coming
So
out
you
this
have
week.
director Dan Trachtenberg, you have Mary Elizabeth Winstead, John Goodman, and John Gallagher
looks good.
Jr. in there, and then produced by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah. I'm excited. Listen, the question is it a sequel to Cloverfield, the big
Yeah.
monster movie? I hope it's not.
I don't even care.
I hope
I don't
it's
care
not.
if it's
no,
I
I don't
don't-
want it to be. Because I didn't like that movie.
All right. Also, we have coming out The Brothers Grimsby, which is our Sacha Baron Cohen is coming back. Let's talk.
It looks like a mess.
We're talking about
like Borat.
Bruno made like 30 million opening. Borat made 26, so it could happen somewhere around there. Eye in the Sky is coming. Don't know really anything about that. And The Young
Eye in the Sky-
Messiah is. What do you want to say about Eye in the
This is
Sky?
the last film by Alan Rickman.
Okay.
It's got Helen Mirren and
Oh.
Jesse Pinkman. I can't remember what's his name. Jesse Pinkman.
It's probably not
Aaron
making.
Paul.
Aaron
but-
Paul,
but he's-
yeah.
But he's probably not making enough money.
No, but it looks like a good little spy thriller. It's about literally a drone attack that is like they're questioning whether they should attack this one area or not. And it has a great cast. It looks like a good little small military thriller. So if you see it, maybe you might want to check it out. Brothers Grimsby is a Netflix watch.
Well, you got the Young
right.
Messiah as well, and then there's another one, The Perfect Match, or with it's Laura London, who's really hot. And she has a
All
baby
right.
with Little Wayne. Now, what the hell is she doing?
I don't know.
But she got a body.
So these
And everything
are
else,
our
she's really hot.
contenders. Again, 10 Cloverfield Lane, The Brothers Grimsby, The Young Messiah to compete with our top 5, which was now Zootopia, London Has Fallen, Deadpool, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, and Gods of Egypt. The range for our box office this past weekend had been from 73 million
Yeah.
down to 5.
5 million. Wow.
So I think
All
we
right.
are going to see some big shifts. We have
This is an interesting
like
week.
3 minutes left.
So, all right, I'll go real quick. Number 1, Zootopia. Not
Yes.
going anywhere. Let me tell you something. The people coming out of that theater were raving.
It's going to do another,
Everyone I talked to
it's going
is
to do
raving.
another 50 this week.
It's going to do big numbers. Number 2, I will go 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Same.
I think that box office trailer, not box office, but the Super Bowl trailer was great. I just think it looks like a really fun movie.
3?
It's a
Brothers Grimsby?
it's a mystery. It's a mystery box movie. Number 3, I will go Brothers Grimsby.
Same.
I think it's going to make like maybe 13 to 14 million. Sacha Baron Cohen still has some pull. Then I'll go London Has Fallen. Because I don't think Eye in the Sky or... No, you know what?
I'm going to go Young Messiah, and then I'm going to go London Has Fallen. That's my
I'll
list.
go London Has Fallen, then Young Messiah.
Okay. We're pretty close.
Pretty close.
Okay.
Do you have a list?
Yeah. Zootopia.
Okay.
Zootopia.
Okay.
No. Zootopia.
Number 1, number 2.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Zootopia. I probably will say Cloverfield Lane. I'm going to go London Has Fallen at 3.
Okay.
I think The Brothers Grimsby.
You think
Yeah.
it's flopping? It totally could flop.
Oh yeah. I think. Well, it'll do like 12,
Okay.
but I think London Has Fallen will do like 13.
Okay.
And then.
You don't think the Ali G presentation at the Oscars
Yeah, that was
kicked that into
fantastic.
again? Okay.
And then maybe The Young Messiah at 5.
All right. We
Yeah.
have our list. We have time for one caller. Yeah.
Real quick. Thanks for calling Box Office Breakdown. Who's on the line?
This is Boss Turner.
Of course it is.
Yes.
Missed you last week,
Yes, dude. How you been?
Fine.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, I saw 2 movies this weekend.
What'd you see?
Yeah, I saw London Has Fallen and Zootopia.
Dude, just like me.
You went with JTE.
Yeah, we should have went
Perfect.
together, man.
That's perfect.
What did you like better?
The Zootopia was good.
Yeah, it was real
Great.
good.
Okay.
I totally agree. And
Yeah,
what'd you-
it was a lot of people. A lot of people in the theater was watching it and laughing. I was too.
My whole theater was laughing.
Perfect.
There you go.
It's a very funny movie, but it has some
Yeah.
scary stuff too.
I got a question to ask.
Shoot.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah, because we're running out of time. So yeah, let's
Yeah.
get the question.
It's not Deadpool. It's not Deadpool. Not Deadpool so successful at the box office. I think Suicide Squad should be rated R.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because it's so
So-
funny the reaction that we've gotten to Deadpool.
Well-
You got Batman v Superman announcing an R-rated Blu-ray cut.
Yeah, I heard Batman v Superman supposed to open at 140 million over the Easter holiday.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be more.
It's probably going to
Okay,
be more than that.
well, let's do a quick, if that's the question,
Yeah.
let's do a quick question around the table. If Batman vs. Superman being rated R is good or bad, or like interested in the uncut that way, and if Suicide Squad should be rated R. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I think both of them should be rated R.
Okay,
Well, I'm not seeing Batman
we got
v Superman though,
Oh, okay.
but I think it should be rated R too. So
I agree. I
We
have
got
a
full
theory.
R
I have a
from
theory.
Okay, we got to make.
I don't know if they've done this
Yeah.
before, but
number one at the box office this weekend, Zootopia is gonna stay number one.
oh yeah, absolutely,
sure.
absolutely.
All
But
right.
I'm gonna answer your question, boss, real quick because we don't have time for your
Yeah.
top 5. So. I don't know if they've done this before, but why not release a PG-13 one and an R one and see how it plays?
I think
weird.
it's too confusing for people in
Yeah.
theaters.
Yes, sir. I heard Deadpool was going to do that. They were trying to do that for Deadpool, but that
Yeah.
didn't work out.
I would go hard
I think-
R on all these movies now.
I disagree.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, boss.
Thank you
boss.
so much,
Appreciate
boss.
it,
All right, bye.
I disagree. I think that
He's the best. I love that guy.
that's a good question. I mean, I think Suicide Squad rated R, yes. Batman vs Superman, not necessary. I think they're pushing it too far. I'm like, what are you gonna do?
Yes,
Weird.
Deadpool was obviously needed. Suicide Squad, you got a word suicide in, throw an R on it. Batman and Superman, you're gonna get the kids anyway, so that's
Yeah.
where the money's gonna come in.
I like what they're doing with Batman v Superman. I am fine with them releasing a PG-13 version because it gets me excited for the Blu-ray.
That's
it gets
true.
me excited to
It's
see a
actually
rated
a
R
good
cut.
marketing plan.
And it gives this family who has kids who want to see Batman v Superman, they can watch that, and then the dad can go ahead and watch the rated R version afterwards. Listen, we're in a time now where the mediums are just a download button click away.
Absolutely.
Why not give me both options as long as you don't pay me separate for each one?
All right,
like
fine.
I agree with that.
So give me
But
Suicide
you're gonna pay separate, just so you know.
What's that? No. Look at the director's cut of X-Men Days of Future Past comes with the theatrical and the director's.
I mean, look at TV.
Batman v Superman I guarantee you Batman v Superman will not be a separate release. It'll be all in one little 3-disc set. It'll be the theatrical, the rated R version.
Yeah.
You know what?
right.
Stick PG-13 in theatrical, but if you can give me a rated R cut on Blu-ray, mwah.
Bottom
Okay,
line is they're going to
wonderful.
make something called money.
Yeah.
And a lot
And
of
that's
it.
what we're here to talk about, and we'll be back to talk about it again next week on the Box Office Breakdown at the Popcorn Talk Network. You can find us on YouTube, on iTunes, and when you go find us, please also rate us. That's always helpful.
Yes.
Love the stars, love the comments.
Yep.
Thank you all for watching and staying tuned with us. And
Yeah.
let's throw out
Well,
some
and
Twitters.
Thursday we got Phase 6 is coming up with Schmoes.
That's right. Schmoes No Phase 6
It's going to
premiering
be
Thursday.
pretty fantastic. It's
There you
you
go.
can find me in St. Louis, rolling on
You'll be in St.
dubs. Yeah, you can find me in St. Louis. Now at Pop Finstock.
Yeah, you catch me at Schmoes JTE. I'm on Screen Junkies all the time, and now Schmoes Phase 6 about to start. See me pretty much everywhere we're talking movies,
Wonderful.
including Popcorn
I'm-
Talk Network.
Yes,
Perfect. At
that's
Sarah
correct.
Stretton. Thanks, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Whitworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.